Hello, this is Gabe from GabeSGoneGaming. I am back in SnowRunner again. This is kind of like episode 2. Did some thinking about it. I think I'm going to be uploading the full unedited videos. And then when I get some more time, I will start editing those down. And then I'm aiming for like 30 minutes-ish on average. So basically this gives me a chance to get something out to you guys. And then once I get the editing done, it'll be more digestible, so to speak. Anyway, let us get back to this. If I remember right, I still have a roadblock that needs to be cleared. And I was thinking about it, and I think I still have some rocks I have to clear out on the first map as well. So, we're basically just going to hop right into it and get those done. Let's see. Let me just double check my settings. Okay, the truck can turn off. I don't know why, but SnowRunner, for me at least, has a tendency of changing all of my settings. If somebody has a somebody happens to know why, please let me know. I would like to get that fixed. The other strange thing is my sim wheel has a tendency of disconnecting and reconnecting. I think it's a USB issue. So I'm working on getting that resolved with a part I'm going to be buying for my computer soon. But if it does not resolve it, again, I don't have any ideas on why. Okay, so this is cleared. Let's see. I should probably go get that Kodiak and use this to bring it back. But I am just going to get rid of this. I am not a fan of these types of trailers. Mainly because I cannot seem to ever get them turned around or backed up. Alright. I'm okay with that smaller sideboard bed. But in the end, it's basically the exact same issue. So, come on. There we go. So just a reminder, this truck here is one of the starting highway ones that I have. So I started off with one random scout and one random highway. I took damage from that. I am shocked. So I kind of opted for that idea in regards to the fact that the highway vehicles are not very good in regards to what they can and can't do. Of course, the ones with diff lock always on are a little bit of a different story. But even then, you're still going to end up probably needing all-wheel drive and diff lock to do some stuff. So, getting weight on the back tires, however, with a highway truck with diff lock on, weight helps. So, we're going to swing by and get rid of this, assuming I don't flip. That was close. Let's see. I have that roadblock, and I think I have one more roadblock. Now, I did try increasing the sound just a little bit. I might try to make a little note part way through and then reduce the sound just a tad. Looks like my recording software kind of puts me at a speaking voice equal to what the game sound is doing. And I would rather you guys be able to hear me than it sounds like you're only hearing the game. So I think I will do that in just a second. Now, I did mention I'm planning on uploading unedited videos. I have not fully decided if I'm going to continuously do that for everything I record. Come on. But at least for the time being, I think that's what I'm going to end up doing. So basically, anything I record will end up being uploaded to my channel. And that, in turn, will be added to a list on what I plan on editing. So in my case, it's been about 15 years since I've last done any level of video editing. And even then, it was just basically, you know, the basics. So I don't want to release something that's absolutely horrible, but at the same time, I'm not expecting perfect results on the first try either. So there is that. Now I'm thinking, with the exception of the GMC 9500, I'm just going to be probably sticking the highway gearbox on most of these once I have it unlocked. Bit of a reminder, I do have 2 mods in play on the save. And then all vehicles are locked, and I have to find all of the upgrade parts. The ones that are normally available in the garage store, it's available in the store as per like a normal playthrough. And then same thing with any parts and stuff too. There we go. Since I'm over here... Yeah. Alright. 4,000 to 6. Let me just double check and see what we have available. 3 slot. Not a bad idea. And that one's the gooseneck. I do know where I'm going to is going to basically give me one of these. So, I think I'm going to stick with that for now. There we go. I remember, right? This goes. There we go. It's that one, this one. This. Oh. That's lumber. Lumber. Nope. Wrong one. Alright, it is this one. So. super easy job to get done, and I just happen to be going in that direction. There we go. Anyone knows how to get the like a game controller working with my sim wheel, please let me know. Because right now I am doing a cross between sim wheel, keyboard and mouse, and when I get the chance, probably game controller for crane usage. So, either that or else I just deal with keyboard, mouse, or just the sim wheel. This thing is sure picking up damage today. Thinking that raised suspension might be useful. Alright. Do not drive through the mud. There it is. Let me just double check my map. That's unlocked. Yep, just turn around me. So I do have a few challenges for the playthrough. Just a reminder again, I'm aiming for the All-American achievement. I do not have that yet. I have obtained a few achievements on this game, but not all of them. The other one, why did that happen? I think that happened last video too, if I remember right. Is basically 100% completion on all maps, which for me, considering I have not personally made it through the endpoint on Alaska, I have gotten all the parts though, but I've never actually finished Alaska. Will be a good-ish starting, is basically just to finish up the base game. Alright. There we go. Another thing I was thinking of is doing a possible live stream. I'm thinking I will start that once I get a little bit more used to actually recording. So, there we go. I do see we have 2 spots to pick stuff up from. This. Let us grab that. Now, I do have to pay for fuel. Except, I don't have to pay for region transfer or transferring over the minimap. So, I think what I'll end up doing is grabbing that, but first, let's pull that one out. This. That looks like a load of bricks. Any trailers that I end up with having extra goods, I will consolidate onto different trailers if I do not like the trailer itself. Or I will be storing it at a garage location. Alright, that's pulled out. Let me detach you. Yeah, there's rocks over there. Reminder, it's been about 6 months since I last properly played through this game. I started off replaying on Michigan and decided to stop last I played to start looking into possibly recording. So I remember Michigan, but on my replay through, I never finished it. I got close to fully finishing it, but I ended up switching over to Alaska because I was looking for some different parts. Alright, there's that. That. This one definitely has power. But I wish you could get diff lock on it. Even with that combination, I think it would still be limited by the fact that it is low to the ground, even with the raised suspension that it has. So. Alright. I am much more comfortable with these types of trailers, or the scout trailers, over the other ones that we just had. Again, don't know why it does that, but you want this, accept, start, close. Okay, we can drop that off, but it needs metal beams. Okay. Now that, I did not remember. I was hoping it would just take the service spare parts. So what I'll do is I'll go back and drop these off at the other location. That will open up 2 slots on this trailer. And when I have 2 slots opened on this trailer, I can go grab those beams. that unless I happen to find a set lying around somewhere. That one can stay. There we go. There. Next time I pass through, those won't be there. At least until the next time I reload the game. I have heard of some people leaving vehicles or trailers behind, and that basically will create a do not refresh region or a zone around trailers or vehicles. But I'm not gonna do that. There we go. If I had the Kodiak, I'd get that part done with it, but I don't. Need to think. The GMC would work too. What will most likely happen is I'll end up having to use the GMC no matter what. But what I'll end up doing is making sure I get all of the upgrades on this map first with the Scout. Seeing if one of those happens to be the one for the diff lock on for it. If it is, I will get the tires swapped out. If it's not, I'm going to have to drive around that roadblock. Actually, what am I talking about? I can get that done once I get this job done, because I'll open up two slots right next to each other. Now, I do know fuel trailers need at least 10% fuel in them when you deliver. And the jobs pay out the same no matter what. So Michigan here is kind of going to turn into my primary fuel hub probably for most of the game. Either that or else Alaska. But I think prices change at each gas station, so I need to write down how much it is for a gallon, or at least base price. There we go. I had the pickup symbol. Awesome. I think I should go and get that swapped out. Where to turn around at? Right here, I think, should be fine. Normally I try to see if I can get the Kodiak, but that is still a lot of mud, and I don't want to chance it. Of course, there is all those stumps. There we go. There's just a plus and minus to it. I'm not going to take any extra risk right now because of the recovery cost, which again is a ×6 on this one. And then since jobs only pay out base amount, it is a huge hit. Now, the timed jobs slash the challenges that are repeatable pay out 3 times as much, or 300%, as the game lets you put it. But that's just to help out on cutting down on the grind, and I'm not in the mood to repeat such jobs. And even if I wanted to do them, there's no guarantee I currently can. All right. Change to you. Yeah. This is why I do not like these trailers. Like, at all. We're going to go this way. Awesome. That is close enough. I'm actually shocked. There we go. Have to be careful because I don't want to damage my vehicle. All right. I say that, and I immediately damage myself in the exact same spot as before. How will this low work? We're not going anywhere with low. Alright, release you. Oh. I wasn't sure, so I'm gonna get through that. We will ditch that one right there for now. We're gonna go get that done. Perfect. And done. Where's it at? Let's check the map. So, I see. See here. 4 upgrades. 1, 1, 2, 3. And 4. Let's see here. How should I go about doing that? Well, we can bring you back. We should bring you back. This is what I'm currently using. Where is it? Right there. All right, so we're going to head down to 1. This one. This one. And then to finish it off, that one. These two might be in reverse order, but we will see when I get down there. So, and for vehicle, we will use you. If I remember right, I basically gave up on hauling the Kodiak out, and I believe the scout trailer, which is over there. So, all right. Let's see here. Go there, do this. So the map I remember the best is actually this first one. Once we hit the next map, I'll have not much idea on what I'm doing. So, what is this one for? Fleet Star, Kodiak, and GMC. Okay. And it basically goes to another chunk of the grouping too. That's one. Now we're driving downhill. I don't want to flip. Let's use low. Now, low does not guarantee I will not flip. It just helps limit my top speed. Whoa. now we want to go this way. Oh, that is the Scout gearbox, which is actually really handy, especially since I just high-centered myself. That is the gearbox I basically put into every single one of my Scout vehicles for two reasons. One, I like the low minus and the low plus. And two, my shifter is compatible with those two settings. Unlike the fine tooth. So basically, it's more beneficial for me to use that one than the other. I'm actually going to go and get that swapped out. And then sell the special one. Now it is nice having 8 gears. If I happen to ever need it again, it's as simple as, you know, just rebuy it. At that time. But yeah. Personally, I think most, if not almost all, the Scouts go way too fast for SnowRunner. Oh yeah, I need... Yes, let's see, 13 gallons, 156. So I can easily math that. It is $12 per gallon. So I need to find the location with the lowest amount per gallon. And that will become my primary gas station that I use. Not a fan of this one's location because of this little road here. It's not bad, not good. Definitely better than some of the other ones in the game, but in terms of location for Michigan, it is not the most ideal. Ironically, I think it's the Smithville Dam map that has the gas station I prefer, but I don't know if it's the cheapest. And the other reason why I like that gas station is because it's one of the very few that it actually makes sense to have a highway truck for. Alright. This. That. Sell. Freeway. Fine Tooth is in Wisconsin. It's gonna be a while. Raise 39s. Let me just double check. Excellent, excellent, and good. Which I think is more preferred. Than these. So if I do end up going somewhere, I don't believe these are very good. But they are better than nothing at all in terms of if I have ice. Because I won't have chains until rank 10. So. Yep, keep you, keep that. That's fine. Extra lights. I'm gonna hold off on that for a minute. Now, that was weird. No, I'm not buying that. So this would fix the motor. Alright, the high range is in Alaska. Off-road is in Michigan. Wisconsin has fine tooth. So, if I want the high range, I will have to go to Alaska. I don't plan on going early. We will equip you, sell you. Leave those. Keep that, keep that. Again, stuff is locked. Equip you, sell you. So we are slowly getting this back up on its feet. So with 35, can't afford anything. So we will leave. There we go. Personally, I think all scout vehicles should at least have a scout trailer option. You know, the light hitch, as they're calling it. I don't know why it's not a default option on all of them, considering the style of this game, but still. All right. Did not mean to do that. Again, it feels like some vehicles get their damage reset when you go to the garage regardless of settings. It's either that or else I'm just crazy. Starting to think high range might be broken on this. Now, I do know the SnowRunner is basically the off-road gearbox. So it does get slowed down. But it is very inconsistent on that. In fact, I think it's worse than auto. That way? Yep. Come on. Ooh. Come on. That could have been bad. I'm starting to think that the low plus is somehow more efficient with this vehicle than the high range. It's there. It's off. Now it's on. One is okay. Let me just double check the map. From here, since I got this unlocked, it will be easier and probably faster. All right. Looks like stuff is a little glitchy today. Ooh. There we go. All right, we have made it to Smithville Dam. So I am kind of still aiming for the whole scouting thing and get all upgrades. But Smithville Dam would normally have your second CK-1500. I'm going to do two things first. Well, I guess you could just say one. The first one is go up to the garage and get that unlocked. This is my primary garage on my personal playthroughs that I usually have. I prefer driving up this road with the highway vehicles from the gas station and then back to the garage than having to fight some of the debris or off-road stuff you might have on some of the other regions. Or even on the previous map that you start with. So, we're going to go here, here, here. We want the first one. And then, actually, I'm over here. We want this. Both of these scouts are going to be playing a big-ish role in Michigan. Okay. So, I am going to say I'm done for the night because my steering wheel decided to just act up and it's now stuck to the right. Works out for me. I'll get to go to bed early. So, let me just turn that off. Still doing it? Yep, still doing it. All right, so what we need would be this one. Move to the other map. Something to recover you. Something to get that out. The Scout 800 and the GMC both need to go back to the garage, regardless, because they're going to be needing some upgrades. The GMC needs its diff lock. That'll be the biggest upgrade I'm going to have for it for a while. Let's see, job-wise. Let me just double check. Ugh. It is hard to use this. And it is going to the warehouse. Okay, that's not too bad. I can do this. I just need one of the scouts up there with it, which works out, so get you done. Bricks, planks, metal beams. And I believe this one is to deliver. Right. I don't remember how to do that one. So, and then these are the 3 contests that are available. So, as you can see, their payouts are going to be better than some of the jobs for the early game. If I can get gold. If I don't get gold, it's going to be kind of more like a normal job. But they do have a ×3 payout. So, 99 is a nice amount if that's 8 minutes or less. Food delivery is 1100, which is super easy because we got that bridge built. And then this one's also 1100. Now keep in mind, I do have to do all three of these regardless, because I am aiming for 100% completion. So, alright. Since you decided to act up, I am done for the night. So, good night. If anyone has any ideas or suggestions, please let me know on what I should be doing next. And then I should be getting around to my next recording sometime in the next few days. I do have work and stuff I have to take into account, so I do have to work around that schedule. Anyway, I will say good night.